When we talk about childhood experiences, there are a few common things that people like to talk about, and one of those topics are video games. When we talk about childhood video games, there are a few names that seem to repeat themselves because of the charm and nostalgia that they hold to millions of people. Names such as Minecraft and Call of Duty are names that many people think of, but there is also another name that gets talked about just as much, and that is Roblox. Roblox is a diverse game diving into a lot of genres and topics, from simple horror games to sandbox games. Roblox was directed towards kids because of the simple games that parents could allow their kids to play without fear. And with Roblox agreeing to the COPPA Act in 2007 to help protect kids from harmful acts, many people consider Roblox to be a sanctuary for children. But when you talk about the internet, nothing here is safe. No matter how much you try to protect yourself and your children from the harmful side of the internet, it'll always win. And when we talk about a space that is created for kids on the internet, and with an ability to communicate with one another, a couple of things are bound to happen. One of those are being that older people will try to take advantage of the innocence of a child and abuse them for their own sick sexual gain, and would leave everlasting scars on them that will last a lifetime. Roblox has its fair share of bad people in its community, and stories after stories are breaking every single day all over the internet of people being caught talking and committing atrocious acts against children. And today we're going to be talking about one of the most evil members of the Roblox community, that goes by the name of Andrew. It's been a little while since I've actually used the screen to communicate with you, and I've been missing it. But with all the stuff going on with my family, it's messed up my schedule quite a bit, and I want to apologize for that. New videos should be coming out kind of on the regular, depending on where I work and where I record with the Way 2 guys, because we're back together making new content. Check out the gaming channel if you're into it. But if you enjoy this type of video, I would suggest that you subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe, cool. I hope you still enjoy it anyway. Goal is 2K by the end of the year, so if you want to become part of that journey, click that subscribe button down below. But besides that, decks out. Let's get to it. Andrew was a Roblox game developer who also goes by many names, one of them being Mawbucket. Andrew was known for working with a Roblox development group called Bribble Co., which is known for games such as Cleaning Simulator and Fast Food. Andrew was also known for working on various small games such as Grab the Child, which is ironic after what happened. Andrew is a weird person to say the least, and in 2019 he actually caught a ban off of Roblox because he was uploading NSFW pictures that he had on multiple backup accounts. Andrew would make a post talking about the situation after these accounts got banned, saying some very questionable things, such as it actually gave him a rush, it helped him work harder, and he would also say that he was burnt out as an attempt to justify his actions. This was weird to say the least, an adult posting porn and other things like that on a child's video game. And the fact that he got a rush from doing so should have been a warning sign for things to come. This won't be the last time that Andrew would be caught posting pornographic images online and sharing them with children. Andrew would be connected to multiple Twitter accounts, one of them being named Lunar Cheesecake, which posted furry porn. The other one would go by the name of Zorny Cheese, which claimed that he was a map, or in Twitterland, translates to minor attracted person or public pedophile. This account would also claim to be a zoophile, which roughly means that he wants to fuck animals. This account would say some very questionable things and would respond to various posts talking about children and doing horrible things to them, saying that it'll be fun. Like, something needs to be done about this on Twitter, but again, Twitter doesn't care in quote-unquote free speech. Lunar Cheesecake would eventually make contact with a 14-year-old boy on Discord, where he would make first contact with the child and would very quickly send porn to this kid. He would send porn on multiple occasions, and this would not be the first time that Andrew shows porn to a child throughout this entire conversation. After a minute, he would eventually ask the user what his age is, and the kid responded with 14. It's already strange that you're sending porn to strangers without verifying their age, but that's just a minor detail in the grand scheme of things. After learning about the age of the boy, Andrew would respond with that it's okay. The child would be surprised, asking, "Really?" Andrew would respond with saying that people make a big deal out of it, but we are only horny weirdos on the internet, showing that he didn't care if this person was a kid or not, and at that point he should have just ended the dialogue before that happened, but at the same time, he doesn't seem to be that smart. He would continue to talk to this young boy as time progresses. Andrew would also state that he finds younger dudes extremely cute, which is just bad and wrong for someone to say in that way to a child. The child again found this odd and would ask if it was in a predator type of way. Andrew would respond saying it was in a friendly way, which how can you make it seem friendly? You just told a random kid that you don't know that you find young people attractive. A couple days would pass on from the situation, then the child would talk to Andrew again and would tell Andrew that he caught feelings for him and that he was developing a small crush on him. Andrew would respond with saying that he is also developing a crush on a 14-year-old boy. He would ask the child to give him a minute and then tell the child that he came thinking about his boyfriend. That is a grown adult telling a kid that he just busted a nut. But this isn't even the worst part about their relationship. Andrew would also send multiple dick pics to the 14-year-old boy that same day. Later on, they would talk about meeting up and that it was going to be fun because they could just bang. Then he would take the child on a date to the arcade, and he would also get ice cream as well. He wanted to meet up with a kid so that they could fuck, which is just bad and wrong. Andrew would also completely out himself as being a pedophile and a predator and self-snitch by sending a goddamn fucking selfie to the child. You sent a selfie to a child that you were grooming. Talk about self-snitching. But this wouldn't even be the worst part of the relationship that these two individuals had. He would then encourage the 14-year-old boy to further sexually assault his younger brother, who the child was already admitting to molesting his brother to begin with in his sleep, which needs to be looked at as well because what the fuck. But Andrew would continue this type of behavior the entire time they were talking. He would actually admit to be doing very similar things to his own little sister. This man admitted that he would go This man would admit going into his little sister's room while she was sleeping and he would molest her. He would also release himself onto her, and that last sentence made me extremely fucking uncomfortable. Andrew would continue to encourage the child to even rape his younger brother in his sleep, saying that since it's rape, you won't need to ask for permission to do so. He would also say that if he wakes up, just continue to do it, because rape victims rarely speak. They would also talk about doing horrible things to much younger children, where Andrew would say that the youngest he would go was 8 years old. What else can we say? That's just bad. Andrew would also send more pictures of himself and would send illegal porn to this child as well. They would also talk about doing some really bad things, which can get me banned on the platform. Andrew would also send more pictures of himself and would actually send illegal porn as well to this child. They would also say some very bad things back and forth that can get me banned off the platform if I would say out loud. He sent all of this to a 14-year-old kid. He also sent photos of himself that shouldn't be seen by anybody, let alone a fucking kid. But at the same time, this child is a very fucked up person who needs to be looked at as well. But it seems that Andrew had a change of heart about the relationship, or was just in fear of getting caught, and he would tell the child not to contact him anymore because he is too young for him after what he did. After everything he did, it's now the age gap is an issue. Andrew would be called out by multiple creators here on YouTube, one of them being the creator Jax, who is a creator who is known to call out predators in the Roblox scene, and he also makes little documentaries about predators and other illegal media on different websites. Jax actually had an interview with Andrew, and he had an entire conversation going over what happened with Andrew and the 14-year-old boy. He would tell Jax a couple of things that we didn't know at the time, first saying that he went to jail for a week and got 9 months of house arrest over this situation. He would also say that now he is doing government mandated therapy because of all this, and he is now a registered sex offender for 10 years. Andrew would reveal a history of family abuse to somehow defend his mindset. He would actually try to weaponize it against Jax later on during their interview. Jax would ask a very simple question asking if his past justified his action. Jax was expecting a very simple no, which didn't happen. He would say no, but added much more information about his 2020 arrest for prior messages on Discord saying that he just needed to get it off of his chest. But at the end of the day, his past did not justify his actions, and it doesn't justify the actions of anyone. Jax would then call him out for still interacting with horrible things on his Twitter account, just as recent as a month before the interview took place, where Andrew would claim that his past explains his actions, which is just wrong and messed up, and completely takes away his accountability, which also is a complete contrast to what he said just a moment ago. He would also attempt to make it more of a pity party for himself, to attempt to get sympathy out of anybody who listens, and to Jax himself. Jax would tell Andrew that that doesn't explain his actions and that people have experienced much worse than what he has said that he experienced, and they don't do that sick shit to kids. Andrew would say that he deleted the Twitter account before the interview, saying that it was hard to make himself commit to things like that, and that he knows he can't be trusted, which is just another move at attempting to get pity from Jax over the entire situation. Jax would ask, "How do we know that you won't go back to doing it?" Where Andrew would say, "I don't know if I can." He doesn't know if he's gonna go back to preying on children, which is just fucked up at that point. Like, it's already fucked up. Jax would tell Andrew that that was a bad answer, which Andrew would respond with saying, "I know," because he knows that that was a bad answer. And the fact that he can't trust himself not to go back to doing what he's doing is also another alarming issue, that he may actually go back to preying on children again. Jax would ask for more information about Andrew's arrest, asking what triggered police involvement, and also asking if it was a comment that he made towards the victim that got him targeted. Andrew would say that he doesn't know specifically what got him hit, but he was arrested for CP, and that Discord sent the police to go after him. Jax would then ask him what his plans were to stop this from happening again, trying to get more information out of him. Andrew would respond with therapy. He also responded with he stopped working for Roblox besides a small Christmas update for one of his games, which he contradicted himself very quickly there. He also said that he cut all ties with any of the victims in the situation, which Jax pointed out pretty well doesn't mean that there won't be future victims. He also said that he was working on getting better and that it's a process. He was talking about it like he just tore his ACL. Jax would then ask, doesn't his recent statements make it false because I don't know if I can? Where Andrew would respond with, I don't know if I can convince you, I don't know if I can convince anyone, but this is my struggle, not yours. making it seem like he was trying to gain pity yet again, and he also seemed like a baiting situation to get some sort of anger out of Jax to justify them not talking. Jax would then ask him if there was anything else he would like to say, where Andrew would do the regular pedophile shit, talking about his mental health, and saying that this is his own battle that he must fight alone, and then he thanks Jax for his time. He tried to bring up the mental health thing, which is just a regular attempt that a lot of predators do just to, justify like, oh, I wasn't thinking right, I tried to fuck that 13-year-old, oh, my dick ain't thinking right either, it wants in it. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. This would end the video in question, and it would show me and a lot of people that he wasn't sorry for what he did, he was just sorry that he got caught. And the fact that he only got a week in jail and then house arrest for sending pictures and receiving pictures from children, it's very fucked up. There's people in jail who get a crazier punishment for being caught with a little bit of pot. So apparently, at least in the state's eyes, pot is worse than sexually harassing and assaulting a child. The games that Andrew has worked on and has created, they should just be taken off of Roblox completely so he stops getting money off of them, because he's making games for the same kids that he targeted for his own gratification.